Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video we are gonna see, what if Naruto got banished and got harem with Temari, Hotaru and Shizuka. Part 4. If you want more awesome fan fiction like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. After lunch Naruto had went to his room for a little rest. Man, I can't remember the last time I've had this much fun with my old friends. Naruto said to himself as he was using his ability to levitate some fruit in a bowl. I'll say, and that little round you had with Hinata, I bet you never felt anything like it before. Kurama thought. It was indeed something. Too bad the other girls I met before aside from Chao didn't go that far with me. Well, you did get the chance to bathe with Koyuki and sleep with her, and have you forgotten about your swim session with Isaribi? Of course not, but those moments were nothing compared to mine and Hinata's moment. No kidding. Naruto? A voice asked, and Naruto rolled over and saw in the entryway of his room was Mingju clad in a loose robe. Oh Mingju, what's up? Naruto asked while slightly blushing from her choice in sudden attire to see him in. I just thought I'd come see you after all. You obviously had a lot of fun with Hinata today. The woman giggled. Naruto looked surprised. What are you talking about? Mingju stood by the bed looking down at the teenager. Don't think you can hide such a thing from a woman who's been around the block countless times. I know when some crazy teens have engaged in physical relations. Is that the reason why you walked in on me and Chao that one time? Naruto questioned. No, I wanted a piece of the action myself. She giggled. Of course, who can resist the might of Naruto? Naruto asked in sarcasm. Mingju only laughed as she crawled onto the bed. So tell me, how was it with Hinata? Naruto looked back as the woman pressed herself into his back. Excuse me? Did you have fun with Hinata? I really don't think I should tell you something like that, especially if it involves Hinata. Naruto replied. Come now Naruto, you can tell me, Mingju said as she playfully nibbled on his ear while he panted. After all, what's a mistress for? I know. Naruto smiled, recalling the one time he and Chao made love during one of his visits. Mingju came in and joined in as well, telling Naruto to consider her his mistress and would always be open for some lessons in engaging in physical love or if he needed someone to talk to. So talk to me, she said, kissing his neck. Well, it was amazing. Believe me, if this was the Hinata I knew back then prior to my banishment, there's probably no way she'd be able to handle what we did out there. Naruto chuckled. Sometimes the shy ones always turn out to be the undercover sly types. Mingju explained humorously. You don't say. Naruto chuckled. That's right, and you know I got a feeling your friends Ino and Tenten feel the same way about you that Hinata feels. She whispered. Naruto turned to face her. What? No. Seriously? Mingju nodded. I heard from Chao. Those two also care about you on the same level Hinata does. So if I were you, I'd be wary of them during your stay here. Thanks for the tip, I'll keep it in mind, Naruto replied, though I just hope some of them won't be too hard or disappointed in me when I have to tell them the other girls I've swooned during my travels. I'm sure they'd understand, after all true friends would understand each other. Mingju explained. Thanks Mingju, you always seem to know what to say if I feel down. Naruto smiled. Hey, what's a mistress for, you know? She asked before removing her robe and cupped Naruto's face. Now come here, your mistress must continue to make all your pain go away. She pulled his face gently into her giant breasts. Damn, this always relaxes me. Naruto thought as he enjoyed the marshmallow heaven. Mingju thought while holding Naruto into her chest, any of those girls would be lucky to have someone like him. Later that day Naruto approached his old friends, seeing they were just lying around not sure what to do. Hey guys, what's up? It's boredom, our senseis are all off in town for a drink and none of the girls here will do anything for me. Kiba sighed. For obvious reasons. Shino replied, only to make Kiba growl. Well, this may be able to tie you guys over. Naruto pulled out a photo album. What's this? Shikamaru asked as they gathered around. Just some pictures of my previous exploits during my travels and some of the friends I met. The red-haired boy explained. Awesome, you must have done a lot more than you let on. Ino said interested. All that and more. Naruto said as he opened in and they numerous pictures of Naruto in various parts of the ninja land, even some spots they've never been to. You took a picture of yourself while flying? Niji asked as they saw a picture of Naruto flying above the clouds with a flock of birds in the background. When you got clones, you don't need to ask somebody to do it. Naruto chuckled. Hey, this is you in Suna. Sakura noted a picture of Naruto with him holding Gaara and Kankuro each in a headlock, while Temari and Pakura were draping their arms down him while resting their heads on his shoulders. Yeah, I remembered visiting Gaara and the guys a couple of times. Naruto nodded. But who's that other girl? Tenten asked, not recognizing the girl next to Temari. That? Oh, that's Pakura, and she's one talented Suna Kunoichi. Talented how? Ino asked. Well, not only does she have moves, but she's got an awesome Kekkei Genkai. Bloodline eyes? Kiba guessed. No, elemental jutsu. She uses Shikuten, and you do not want to get caught in it. Naruto warned them. Wait a minute, Naruto, is that you with the Mizukage? Chuji asked as they looked at a picture seeing Naruto lying in the laps of both Mei and Mizukage and Hotaru Tsuchigumo. Oh yeah, Mei Terumi, and if you guys thought Tsunade Bazin was hot, she can also measure to her if you know what I mean. Naruto winked to the guys while Lee and Kiba blushed seeing what he meant. No kidding, she's beautiful. Ino said as the other girls marveled at Mei's beauty until Sakura spotted Hotaru and looked envious of her well-endowed chest. Naruto, who's that other girl? The Pinkette asked. Hotaru Tsuchigumo, another lady friend I made while traveling. I even saved her life from some nuke Nin, and that was when I was starting out with my powers. So how'd you end up going to Kiri? Shikamaru asked. Well, after I saved Hotaru, the two accompanying her wanted me to join them in Kiri so I could explain to the Mizukage why I did what I did. Believe me, that woman was very nice and I made another friend there, Utakata. He showed them another picture of Naruto and Utakata who was blowing bubbles from his bubble blower. That guy doesn't look like he has much personality. Shino said, observing Utakata. Like you're one to talk. Kiba scoffed. Naruto flipped a page and Kiba spotted a picture of Naruto and Shizuka with multiple other Nadeshiko girls equally as hot as her. Naruto, who is this girl? He asked in envy. Yes, who? Hinata asked curiously. That's Princess Shizuka of the Nadeshiko village. Princess? The guys gasped. Nadeshiko village? The girls asked. Yeah, in fact that village consists of only kunoichi. And they only married men they deemed worthy enough to father their children. How do they deem them worthy? Lee asked. You had to beat them in a fight. A fight, that's it? Kiba asked. Yeah, but the downside was if they defeat you, you'd get the death penalty. Yikes. Chuji gasped. So then how come you look so friendly with them? Ino asked curiously. Funny story, Naruto began, but it all has to do with something Ero Sennin did years ago. Jiraiya-sama, what did he do? Sakura asked. Well, years ago during his travels he came to Nadeshiko for book material and wound up fighting their leader with her hand in marriage on the line. Unfortunately their fight was left unresolved and so they decided should anyone they each train come face to face they would continue the battle for them with the same stakes. Wait a minute, Shizuka wouldn't happen to be? Niji asked. Yup, her mother was the leader and her master. And you? Hinata asked with a nervous blush. That's right, we met years ago and had to fight. In the end I won and now I'm engaged to her. What? They shouted. Hey, what choice did I have since it was either that or death? And it's Ero Sennin's fault for putting me in that position in the first place. So then that means? Hinata asked, almost ready to break into tears. Hinata, don't worry, Naruto quickly calmed her down. I've explained to Shizuka that I don't want to just marry her alone because of some arrangement. Besides, I don't live by village laws anymore, nobody says I can't marry more than one girl now. So you found a loophole. Neji crossed his arms. If you want to think of it like that, then yes. But the reason why I agreed to marry Shizuka wasn't because of the promise between our mentors, it was to help her love again. Love again? Hinata asked. Yeah, you see, she also had a previous lover, but he was deemed unworthy by her people and was put to death. Since then she resigned never to love again and did nothing but train herself so that she would be stronger and never lose someone dearest to her again, but personally that was only her punishing herself. I was able to get through to her through our fight and the interruption of a stalker creep who wanted her hand as well. Since that day she's become opened again and has made Naruto better for the Kunoichi, no longer needing to fight men to prove their worth. Hinata felt at ease seeing that even though she and Naruto did the deed, he wasn't completely taken by such girls as Shizuka, Hotaru, Bakura, or Temari, and left her feeling relieved that she could still consider Naruto her true love. As always, Naruto, you keep changing people. Shikamaru sighed. That's nothing, see this girl here. He pointed to a picture of himself and Isaribi. Isaribi also had a tough life because was experimented on. That's right, Tsunade-sama told us from your letter that the people who experimented on her were once Orochimaru's goons. Sakura said. Yeah, but I managed to help cure her using some seals I've developed over the years. What else have you been doing? Shino asked. Well, see this? Naruto motioned to another picture showing him on the film set with Koyuki and the cast of her trademark films. You went to see the princess? Sakura gasped. Yeah, she's doing better than she said she'd do. And you all know that one movie that came out a year ago? Yeah. They asked, wondering where he was going with it. Well, you know that scene around the ending where the princess was talking to that retired guy? Well, that guy. Don't tell me, that was you. Sakura gasped. Yup, I was the stand-in while the one guy was sick. Oh man. Kiba cried, first you're getting attention with so many hotties and you managed to land a part in a movie? It was just a stand-in, nobody could recognize me, Naruto countered like it didn't make any difference, so I stayed with the princess for a bit and got another chance to watch their movie get made. Oh, here's Sakura, you may recognize this face. Sakura looked at another picture and gasped, hey, it's Shibuki. Who? Ino asked. The leader of Takigakure, she explained, years ago we went on a mission there and helped Shibuki defend his village. Hey, who's that girl with you too? She noticed Fu standing next to Naruto and Shibuki. Her name's Fu, we didn't get to meet her last time, but she's a nice girl. In fact, she can be a bit like myself. Naruto chuckled. Dear Kami. Sakura shuddered. Naruto turned the page and saw Naruto standing with a group of people. Wow, now who are all of them? That's the Fuma clan from the rice field country. They'd been in rough times since a previous war, and many of the Fuma clan shinobi joined Orochimaru's new army on the promise he could make their clan powerful once again. Orochimaru? Sakura gasped. Yeah, when I traveled around the rice field country in hopes of gaining some information on Orochimaru, I stumbled upon some of the clan members that tried to capture me, but I managed to reason with their leader Hanzaki to defect from Orochimaru and begin anew. I even helped him and his clan rescue 3 of their members from Orochimaru's clutches, Erashur, Sasami, and Kotoheim. He motioned to them in the picture with Sasami and Kotoheim close to him. He of course left out his close encounter when first meeting with Sasami, who was running from some of her clan members who were still loyal to Orochimaru. He accidentally groped her when he grabbed her and fled. Though he was lucky she was caught up in trying to escape her pursuers to even care where he laid his hands on her. Sasami had long orange-red hair with a small bun on top and brown eyes. Her outfit included a light purple sleeveless top and green shorts. Kotoheim had long black hair in a Heim-style cut, and black pupilless eyes. She wore a pale green form-fitting uniform, with an opening in the center revealing a gray tube top which showed off her cleavage and her stomach, and a camouflage-patterned scarf. So did you fight Orochimaru? Shikamaru asked curiously while the others were feeling the same as him. I thought I was fighting him and Kabuto, but it turns out both of them were just flunkies in disguise. Naruto sighed. So he's still out there from your end? Sakura asked. Unfortunately. Naruto replied. Kiba then checked another computer, seeing Naruto having some dango with two red-haired girls. Now who are these two? Oh, them? That's Amaru and Sarah. Naruto explained. Amaru had long reddish-brown hair, thick eyebrows, blue eyes, and a mole underneath her left eye. She wore a cyan blue gi with a cream-colored vest over it which covered her cleavage, blue shorts, and dark arm and leg bands. Sarah had long red hair kept in a ponytail, violet eyes, and fair skin. Her outfit included a light pink jacket, green shorts, long black thigh-high stockings with rose-pink sandals, a golden necklace with a red jewel around her neck, and gold bracelets around her wrists. So what's the story behind those two? Neji asked. Well, actually I met them both at the same time, Naruto began. I first met them when ninja from the land of sky decimated the kingdom of Rorin, which Sarah ruled as their queen. I was just there doing a little entertainment and ended up getting into the crossfire of what happened. Amaru was with her master Shino as a medic who was treating several of the people in the kingdom. I ended up managing to save Sarah before she could have been killed by an attack. Through a series of events we discovered that Shino was siding with the Sky Ninja in decimating villages, for he was gathering massive amounts of dark chakra from people's negative emotions from the attacks to power some demon sealed within the land of Sky, a demon they called the Rabi, Zero Tail. Seeing Shino was the one who orchestrated the whole ordeal crushed her, for she looked up to Shino as more than a mentor because he cured her of a strange illness that no one else tried to help her, fearing they would be infected. Before him she was alone and shunned from society in her own village. With Sarah rallying everyone away from the fight, I took Amaru up to the Sky Ninja's flying ship to defeat Shino. Though it was a tough fight, we both pulled it off. Unfortunately the kingdom was far too decimated to rebuild and the people went their separate ways, but Sarah stuck around with Amaru, wanting to travel with her together so both of them would never have to be alone. Well, they both look cute, especially Amaru. Kiba admitted. Yeah, well, my first meeting with her wasn't exactly thrilling, because she had all her hair hidden in a hat and wore a heavy jacket. I thought she was a boy. Man, I remember when I realized she was a girl, she smacked me right in the head. Naruto chuckled. Ow. Chuji groaned. It was so awkward. Naruto continued to laugh. Sakura then saw another picture of Naruto and yet another girl. This girl had pale lavender eyes and light blonde hair that fell past her waist and was kept tied at the end with a bow. She wore a lavender kimono with her hair kept tied back with a golden crown. Who's this girl? Ah, that would be Cheyenne, priestess of the demon country. A priestess? Lee asked. Yup, and I almost didn't get along with her. How so? Ino asked. Well, she grew up a sad life when her mother was used in a sacrificial ceremony, plus she had this power of her own that was also like a curse. Curse? Chuji asked. She has the power to foresee people's deaths. Naruto explained, making the group cringe in fright. Naruto, what ceremony was Cheyenne's mother sacrificed for? Neji asked. Well, for many years her land had been the sealment of a demon known as Muryu. One of his top generals wanted to release him, and had to kill the one person capable of stopping the demon's release, the priestess. Cheyenne's family had been a long line of priestess whose mission was to keep Muryu from escaping. Like Neji, she was also a deep believer of fate and destiny, on a worse level because she foresaw my own death, thinking I was going to die by being stabbed through the heart. However, when we went to seal Muryu, she was about to see my death was about to come true. Instead, she stepped in and planned to sacrifice herself to seal the creep away again. Before she could do that, I stepped in myself and we ended up working together to defeat Muryu. Cheyenne was able to awaken her true powers and was able to grant me her special power into my Rasengan that annihilated that demon into nothing. Naruto chuckled. What an amusing tale. Neji admitted. Well, there's more to it, Naruto continued. She says that her power must be passed on to a new priestess when the time comes to need a new one, and she asked me if I would like to help her with that. Suddenly Lee, Kiba, and Chuji's eyes widened as shock as they stammered along with Lee's hair and eyebrows twitching while the girls looked shocked as well. And what answer did you give her? Sakura asked. I told her I'd be honored to. What? They cried. Naruto, do you even know what she really meant by helping her? Sakura asked, thinking her teammate was still clueless. Of course I do, she wanted me to be the father of her offspring. Naruto replied like it was no big deal. And you still went along with it? Ino asked. Well, I'm not gonna deny a request from the priestess whose life I just saved from ultimate doom, but don't worry, we won't be having kids for a while. Do any of these other girls even know about each other? Tenten asked. Of course, what kind of guy would I be if I didn't tell anyone else? Other girls I've met and possibly formed bonds with. Even though some cases honesty isn't the right choice, I felt like with these girls I could trust, just as I trusted all of you to hear my tales. Well, Naruto, since it is your choice, we have no right to say what's right and wrong with certain choices you make. Niji replied. Arigato Niji. Naruto replied. Hey guys, we're back. Asuma called as he and the other Jonin entered the place with some supplies. What's everyone been up to? Kakashi asked until they noticed the photo album out. Naruto showing exploits through the ninja land through a picture book, how wonderful. I would love to hear all about them. Guy called, taking a seat. Sounds interesting. Kakashi admitted as he, Asuma, and Kurenai sat down. Well, enjoy telling them, Naruto. Shikamaru said as he and the others left to find something else to do. Hold on guys, I'm too tired to explain everything again. Naruto summoned a clone to leave to explain to the Jonin what he previously explained to his old friends. That night Naruto was in his room doing some stretches until he heard a knock at the door. Who is it? Ino and Tenten. Ino answered from outside the room. Coming, Naruto opened the door seeing said girls outside. What's up? We felt like spending the night in your room, Naruto. Tenten explained. Oh really? Naruto asked following, and why pray tell have you decided that? Well, we were sort of talking to Hinata about what you guys were doing today and... Ino trailed off. Did you beat it out of her? Naruto asked with a scowl. No, we would never force anything like that out of her, in fact she told us on her own. Tenten assured him. And what did she say about me? Naruto asked curiously. She said you were the greatest experience in her life. Ino answered. Hinata said that? The two nodded. And we'd also like to experience what she's experienced with you. Tenten said. Both of you together, really? Ino nodded, we wouldn't ask anybody else. That is, if you want us, Naruto. Tenten added. Naruto looked at them and thought, any thoughts, Kurama? In this case, kid, it's all yours. Well girls, since you're so interested, very well then I will be honored to have you both. Perfect, we should get started right away. Ino said. Not just yet, pardon me while I make a few adjustments to my room. Naruto said as he slapped a ceiling tag on all the walls of his room and on the floor and ceiling. What are those things? Tenten asked. Soundproof seals, it'll prevent anyone from hearing anything going on inside this room from all sides and top to bottom. Naruto explained. Clever. Ino admitted. I'm impressed. Tenten added. I know, so girls ready for some fun? Naruto asked as she ran to his bed and started undoing his clothes until he was in his boxer shorts. Ino and Tenten nodded as both of them started undressing each other. Naruto watched with excitement as the min-swapping girl and weapons girl had finally reached the last of each other's clothing before they stood before Naruto in the buff. With one final adjustment, both girls undid their hair ties, allowing their hair to flow down their backs. What do you think, Naruto? Ino asked as she and Tenten presented themselves before him. I think I'm on the verge of a serious boner. Naruto panted. Good, we'll need that. Tenten said as they approached him, but Naruto smirked. Girls, how would you like to do it with me a little differently? Different, how? Ino asked. Like 4 feet above the covers. 4 feet above? Ino gasped. Why not? You'd be amazed on how good it would feel doing it while floating. That does sound interesting. Tenten admitted. Trust me on this, you won't know what you're missing. Well, I guess we could give it a try, just don't drop us. Ino said. Wouldn't think of it. Naruto concentrated around him and slowly he, Ino, and Tenten were levitating upward and were soon 4 feet above the bed. Whoa, steady Naruto. Tenten warned him. Don't worry Tenten, I gotcha. Come closer girls. The two swam through the air getting closer to Naruto before they noticed he was still wearing his boxer shorts. Naruto, may we? Ino asked. Go ahead. Naruto replied. Ino and Tenten nodded at each other and reached over, slipping Naruto's boxers right down, letting them drop onto the bed covers below them. The two girls gazed at his impressive length in wonder. Look at that size, Tenten, you think we can really fit that inside us? Ino asked in worry. Tenten turned to her, we sure as hell can try. Both of them floated closer to Naruto as Ino got behind him and wrapped her legs around his waist while pressing her impressive breasts into his back, making him quiver in delight. Wow Ino, those boobs of yours are squishy. I know, and for tonight they'll be all yours. Ino said, pecking Naruto on the cheek while draping her arms down him. Don't leave me out of the mix. Tenten said as she wrapped her arms around Naruto's neck, pulling him into a kiss while she wrapped her legs around his waist from the front. As she did so, she could feel his erection entering her womanhood. As Naruto kissed Tenten, his hands made his way to her breasts and massaged them, making her moan while they were lip-locked. Yours are nice and perky Tenten. Naruto smirked as he broke their kiss. Thanks, I'm glad you like them. Like? I love them. Naruto said as he began sucking on her right breast as she moaned. Oh. Oh Naruto. Yes, please suck it. As Naruto sucked the weapon's Kunoichi's breast, his hands made their way to her ass and started groping it, feeling the firmness against his palms while in the process got his beep digging deeper into her. Yes Naruto. Oh yes, work it. Tenten moaned as Naruto's technique continued to please her. Tenten was reaching her first limit and started coming. When Naruto lifted his head up from her breast, he saw how he got Tenten's nipples perked up and her juices were slowly squirting out. Well Tenten, I didn't know you could get turned on like that. Naruto smirked. It takes the right guy to turn me on, Naruto. Clearly, he understood. Well Ino, come here. Naruto reversed position and turned to face Ino. He manipulated Ino through his psychic to make her lay flat and took her legs and spread them apart, getting a good look at her womanhood. Hope you're ready for this, because I ain't holding back. He inserted himself into her and she gasped. Kami, Naruto, you're inside me. Ino trembled. Yeah, Hinata felt the same way too, except you feel a lot tighter than her. I do. Ino asked while blushing. Yeah, and that makes it all the more better. Naruto said as he started thrusting himself in and out as Ino moaned. Naruto. Oh Naruto. Oh Ino, oh that's it. Kami Naruto, it's so good, please don't stop. I'm about to come Naruto. Lemon happened. As the girls continued to suck on the Narutos in front of them, the two clones were just about reaching their limits. Tenten, I'm about ready to. So am I. The one Ino was pleasuring added. Suddenly the two clones ejected their loads into the girls' mouths as the Kunoichis swallowed the loads filled up in their mouths, and if that wasn't enough for the girls, the clone and real Naruto in the back of them had released another load into them from the back end. After another 2 hours of fun, Naruto dispelled his clones and levitated himself and his two new lovers down to his bed. Naruto, that was unbelievable. Ino panted. Yes, it was amazing. Tenten panted. Glad you girls enjoyed it, and I'm glad I could do it before tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Ino asked. The day I head back out. You're leaving? Tenten asked. Of course, I can't keep sticking around being a banished ninja and all. Besides, we had a good enough first reunion, and besides it's not like this is gonna be the last time you'll see me. You mean? Ino asked. Yeah, I'm sure we'll run into each other again someday, you never know. I sure hope we do. Tenten said as she snuggled up on the right side of Naruto. Yeah, we all truly missed you. Ino added while snuggling his left side. So did I, Naruto said wrapping his arms around both girls pulling them close. Good night girls. Good night Naruto. They yawned and fell asleep in the warm embrace of their shared lover. The very next morning Naruto stood before all his friends, Mingju, and Chao outside the inn. Well, guess I better get going. Where will you go now Naruto? Sakura asked. Haven't decided yet, but I'm sure it'll come to me. Well, you be careful out there Naruto. Kakashi warned him. I always have been, sensei. Kakashi smiled remembering when he addressed him by that title. Naruto turned to Sakura, keep training under Bosan and tell her and Shizu Nene I said hi. Can and will Naruto. She smiled. Team 8 approached him as Naruto bumped fists with Kiba. Take care Kiba, you too Akamaru. Right back at ya. Kiba smirked and Akamaru barked. We'll still remember you as a good friend Naruto. Shino said. Thanks Shino. And remember to stay healthy Naruto. Kurenai lectured him. Yes ma'am. Naruto saluted. Naruto, I won't forget you or our little one on one time. Hinata whispered that last part before kissing him. Neither will I Hinata. He chuckled. Team 10 approached. Once again it's troublesome without you around Naruto, so just try and stay out of troublesome situations. Shikamaru said. I'll try. Naruto smiled. If you come across any good food places drop me a letter in case I happen across such a place. Chuji said. Sure thing Chuji. Remember to write to us as always Naruto. Ino said before kissing Naruto. Wouldn't think of not doing it, Ino. He assured her. Just remember Naruto, even though you're not part of Konoha I know you still carry the will of fire within you. Thanks Asuma-sensei. Team Guy then approached as Lee was bawling. I'm going to miss you Naruto, I can hardly believe you won't be coming back with us. He hugged Naruto while Naruto looked a little uncomfortable. Yes I know Lee, but try not to bawl on my shirt. I share my youthful pupil's words Naruto. Guy ranted in a bawl, even if you cannot come home with us you'll always be a Konoha shinobi in our eyes. Someone control these two. Naruto called before their tears could soak his shirt. Come on sensei, Lee. Tenten pried them off the red head. Good luck out there Naruto, I'll continue to make sure the Hyuga clan stays at better ends with each clan member. Niji said shaking Naruto's hand. See that you do Niji. Tenten approached, I guess this is goodbye Naruto. For now at least, Tenten. Naruto said before the girl kissed him and he returned it. When they parted she smiled and went back to her team. Mingju and Chao approached, well Naruto we hope you come back again soon. Mingju said while rubbing his cheek. We'll look forward to your return. Chao said giving him a kiss. Naruto smiled, oh man, I can take all this. Come here everyone. Big group hug. Group hug. He used his psychic to pull everyone into a group hug which they smiled at him. Naruto then released his hold on the group and spoke, well I can't do any more damage around this popsicle stand. I'm out of here. He blasted off from the ground and into the air, bye bye you crazy Konoha shinobi. He cheered out and flew off into the distance of the sea cheering and whooping while doing loops and corkscrews while flying off. The Konoha shinobi waved bye to him until he was too out of sight for them. Sensei, Naruto's doing just fine on his own. Kakashi thought. Somewhere by a mountain range Naruto was jumping on top of stalagmites in a large gorge using his power to make himself jump further while singing, my name is Naruto. I'm bouncing here, there, all around the square. Naruto chuckled as he continued jumping stalagmites while flipping through the air with somersaults, backflips, and cartwheels. He finally did one last giant leap and reached the other side of the gorge. Phew, that was some jumping workout. He chuckled to himself. That's what you call jumping stalagmites in a gorge when you could just fly over it? Kurama asked. Hey, these things don't name themselves, besides just because I can fly doesn't mean I can't use my powers to jump far, Naruto replied as he started walking. Yugikure shouldn't be too far ahead now. Man, I love visiting that place, it's like paradise for cleansing. And that's a fact. Soon Naruto arrived at the hot spring village and started taking a look around. Boy, I'll bet the people here will be surprised yet again to hear their favorite entertainer is back in town. I'm sure they'll be very thrilled. Kurama replied in deadpan. Before Naruto could even think back something to counter his demon's deadpan tone, he heard a familiar laugh. So that's when I clobbered that nuke Nin with my own 2 hands and sent him hurtling halfway across a forest. My, you're so brave and impetuous. A female voice said. I want to hear more. Another female voice said. Naruto pondered as he followed the voices until he looked up at an inn's balcony and saw none other than his former master Jiraiya, who like usual was busy perving it up with ladies, Ero Sennin. He called. Jiraiya, hearing the call, jumped to his feet and looked out the balcony. Who in their dumb mind has the nerve to call me a? He looked down and saw Naruto waving to him. He was frozen in shock seeing the one kid he hadn't seen for 3 years but only got letters from, Naruto. Soon enough after, Jiraiya painfully had to ditch the 2 ladies he was spending time with, had met up with Naruto at another inn. Been a long time, hasn't it, Ero Sennin? Naruto, I can't believe it. I almost didn't even recognize you with that hair color. Jiraiya gasped, seeing how much he started looking like Kushina now. Well, when I left I decided to change up my look for the greater good of myself, Naruto explained. So what brings you around this village, trying to get more ideas for your book? As a matter of fact, yes, but seeing as how you've never shown interest in them. Actually, I happen to have enjoyed your last volume, Ika Tactics. Naruto cut in with a smirk. What? Jiraiya gasped. Yeah, that's right. I started reading your books. How do I know you're not just pulling my leg? Jiraiya questioned him with skepticism. Was Hideo pulling Michiko's leg when they beautifully 69'd it in Chapter 5 of Tactics, followed up by a threesome that included the restaurant waitress named Shizuna, who Hideo was riveted by not only her captivating beauty but by her 97 cm bust? Naruto smirked as he explained. Jiraiya's eyes widened and spoke, you have been reading them. Yes, I never thought I'd see the day that my apprentice has embraced the life of erotica. He declared. Geez, Ero Sennin, don't publicly announce it to the world. Naruto grumbled. Sorry, but this makes me so happy seeing you again and took on a new interest. Jiraiya replied. Yeah, but you made a mistake in your claim. I am no longer your apprentice. Jiraiya sighed, knowing it was true. I know, Naruto, but even if it is true, I still look to you like my godson and apprentice. Naruto looked back and smiled. Yeah, I feel the same way. So you've been keeping track on all my exploits in my letters I've sent? Of course. What about you, what are you doing with your time now? Naruto asked as he drank some bottled water. Well, since I no longer am a teacher, I have more time to work on my books and my travels once again, and I'm still trying to find as much evidence on the Akatsuki as I can. Same with me, but they've sure been quiet for the last 3 years. Naruto noted. Yeah, but I have my hunches they'll be on the move sooner or later. Jiraiya said, fearing for Naruto, which didn't go unnoticed by the redhead. I know you, Boss-an, and the others are concerned about me, but I assure you, Ero Sennin, I'll be alright. In fact, if any of them come up to me, I'll crush them. Naruto smirked. Jiraiya was shocked by his lack of concern. Naruto, how can you be so calm about it? If the Akatsuki get their hands on you. I'm well aware of the risks, Ero Sennin, but trust me, over the last few years I haven't been slacking off, as I'm sure you've read in my letters. I haven't, but even Sage Jutsu won't be completely enough against the Akatsuki. Jiraiya continued arguing. I have more than Sage Jutsu at my disposal. After all, I've used the scrolls you've given me on Jutsu to my advantage and learned a couple of my own through the process. But I still have another secret weapon. Another? That's right, allow me to show you. Naruto capped his bottled water before throwing it right at Jiraiya, who blocked himself from the hit but suddenly realized it didn't make contact with him. Jiraiya lowered his arms and to his shock saw the water bottle floating in mid-air. He looked at Naruto, whose gaze was focused on the bottle. Naruto, what the hell are you like it? Telekinesis is quite a handy power. Naruto smirked as he levitated the bottle back over to him. You have telekinesis? Oh yeah, and it's become my greatest weapon. Naruto said as he levitated a small little spider that was on the wall, and as he spread his fingers the arachnid broke into pieces. Naruto, when did this happen to you? Right when I went on my own. I got it from something that fell out of the sky. Fell out of the sky? Jiraiya asked in confusion. Yeah, I don't know what it was or where it really came from, only that it did a number on my brain, and now you see what I'm capable of. Where did it land? Can't tell you, Ero-senin. The last thing I want is for others to find out where it is and find it, even if I did seal off where it landed. Jiraiya, not wanting to get on Naruto's bad side by pressuring him after finally seeing his former pupil after 3 years, decided to just let it be. Fair enough, Naruto, but how strong are you with that power? Well, I've been practicing with it for over 3 years. When I first started using it I would get nosebleeds if I overexerted it, but the more I used it the stronger I got with controlling it. This levitation is only the small part of it, because compared to my level of using it now, I could probably decimate an entire village if I wanted to. Whoa! Jiraiya gasped, seeing his old student didn't sound like he was bluffing. And by the way, why did you have to make a promise in Nadeshiko and not warn me about it? Naruto shouted. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Jiraiya said, trying to cover his tracks. Don't play stupid with me. I learned all about your excursion to Nadeshiko no Sato, where you and their leader dueled with marriage being on the line. And to my shocking surprise you both left it up to your students to finish what you started. Jiraiya winced at his former pupils shouting before speaking. The fact that you're still here must mean you won. Naruto calmed down before answering, yes I did. And now I'm engaged to her. So what's the leader's girl like? Jiraiya asked, hoping she was gorgeous like all Nadeshiko girls he's spied on in their village. Well, take a look for yourself. Naruto said, pulling out his photo album, and showed her a picture of himself and Shizuka when he visited a previous time. Jiraiya whistled, that is one gorgeous piece of hotness. He salivated. Too bad she's taken Ero-senin. Naruto smirked, making him face fault until he looked, seeing other girls in the pictures with Naruto. Naruto, are these all the girls you've mentioned? Oh yeah. Naruto nodded. Jiraiya skimmed through, salivating more and more with each page until he stopped in front of a picture of Naruto with Mingju and Chao each sitting in his lap on opposite sides while their female workers were all behind him. Naruto, you've made me so proud of you. Tell me, have you or any of these girls? Like hell I'm gonna tell you. If any of my private times were put into your book and any of the girls in the pictures found out, they'd feel humiliated. I was just asking, he clarified, but thought, and I'd wish you'd give me a slight detail. Anyway, I'm gonna go out for a bite. You still gonna be here when I come back? Naruto asked as he got up. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Jiraiya assured him. Good, I'd hate to see you suddenly pick up and leave when we just saw each other again. Naruto said as he headed off into town. As Naruto walked he searched for an appropriate spot to grab a quick bite until he heard 2 girls talking. He turned and saw 2 girls sitting with their backs facing him at a food stand. Naruto studied their voices and hairstyles, both being red-colored. I'd know them anywhere. He thought as he used his powers to make their stools spin around until they were facing Naruto, leaving both girls shocked. Amaru and Sarah, you girls are looking great. Naruto smirked. Indeed, it was Amaru and Sarah, 2 of the girls Naruto met over the span of 3 years, both who were involved in the Kingdom of Roran and the Land of Sky incident he told his friends at the inn. Naruto. They jumped off their stools and pulled him into an embrace. It's so good to see you, Sarah said while resting her head on his right shoulder. We didn't expect you to be here, Amaru added while resting her head on his left shoulder. Well, I thought a trip to Yugakure would be just the thing I needed. Surprise, you two are here. Well, we felt the same about your thoughts. Sarah said. Hey, you wanna grab a bite? We were just about sit down to eat. Amaru offered. Delighted. Naruto replied as he took a seat with them as they ordered their food and started eating. So Naruto, how've your travels been going? Sarah asked. They've been going great, had a few banjo shows in Kusa and Kiri, brought in some serious dough from them, Naruto answered. So what about you girls? Well, when you're a traveling medic and assistant, work is never easy. Amaru answered. I'll bet, but it's shocking to me, the two of you are the second surprise of my day. What was the first? Sarah asked. I ran into my old master here by luck. Naruto chuckled. The one called Jiraiya of the Sannin whom you address as Ero-sennin? Sarah asked. Yeah, that's him all right, Naruto assured. Would you two like to meet him, because I know he'll want to meet you too. I suppose, but if he tries what you say he excels in. Amaru warned him. I understand and won't blame you on what you do to him. Naruto snickered. Amaru nodded and blushed secretly. Besides, I'd only allow you to do stuff like that with me. Same with me. Sarah added. Naruto blushed. You girls seriously get bolder every time I see you. We owe it all to you, Naruto. Sarah smiled with Amaru. Naruto could only chuckle to himself as the three continued to eat. Later on, the three were walking back to the inn. Upon entering they heard female screams, pervert. The three halted as Naruto sighed, figures. They watched Jiraiya stumble in with his clothes tattered and his face covered in bruises with a black eye for a final touch. Hey Naruto. He waved stupidly while dazed. I go out for half an hour and come back seeing you already getting into trouble. Naruto lectured him while the old man chuckled sheepishly before he shook off his dazed look upon seeing the two girls accompanying his former pupil. Oh, and who do we have here? Ero-sennin, meet Amaru and Sarah. Naruto introduced them. Greetings Jiraiya-sama. Sarah bowed her head as did Amaru. Ah yes, the former queen of Roran. Jiraiya replied recalling the incident. Though I may be former, I still have my family heritage. Sarah reminded him. Of course, your highness. Jiraiya bowed his head in respect not only for her heritage but for her beauty as well. I ran into them in town and brought them back here to enjoy the hot springs. Naruto explained. Is that so? Well then, by all means enjoy. I mean, I was planning on taking one with my old student anyway. Jiraiya chuckled until Naruto spoke. I think not, Ero-sennin, after that fiasco you just went through you'd be signing your own death sentence. Jiraiya cringed realizing if he did re-enter the bath and succumb to his peeping the girls would hand him an even more painful ass-kicking. Oh, why is life cruel? He cried. Because you force it to be that way, Naruto replied with smugness. See ya after our bath. They walked away leaving the whimpering old man. Soon enough inside the hot springs Naruto was on the men's side while Amaru and Sarah were on the women's side relaxing away. This is the life, and best part is Ero-sennin isn't here to embarrass me with his peeking. Naruto said to himself. Because you yourself planned to do it. Kurama added bluntly. Except unlike Ero-sennin I have a less conspicuous technique. Naruto thought back. Naruto made a few hidden hand signs and some bubbles were starting to float in the water around him. As he looked into the bubbles he could see the reflections of Amaru and Sarah soaking peacefully. Oh yes, I like it, Naruto thought, it's the same jutsu Jiji used to do with that crystal ball of his. Only Uchiha taught me his own version of it using bubbles. What would he say if he knew what you were using his jutsu for? He'd wonder why he didn't think of it before. Given Uchiha's personality I doubt he'd want to use it like that. Yeah, you're right. Naruto thought as he continued watching the two girls relax until he heard their voices. Amaru, would you come here and wash my back for me? Sarah asked. Sure Sarah. Amaru replied. Naruto mentally gasped as he continued to watch the girls through the bubbles, but suddenly the water started shifting with splashes causing the bubbles to pop. No. Naruto cursed as he saw a big boned man had gotten into the water and his body weight caused the water to rise and shift. Damn it, he cursed, now I have to try to get the signal back. Naruto, how about you just relax, besides you still have tonight with them anyway. Kurama reminded him. Hey, you're right, if I know Ero Sennin like I do he'll be out all night leaving me alone with them. Naruto smirked, oh how I love my luck today. He kicked back in the springs. Soon enough when the three were done in the baths they met back up for dinner at the inn. The three knelt before a table loaded with delicious-looking gourmet food. Wow, this looks so good. Sarah gasped. I'll say. Naruto added. Aren't we going to wait for Jiraiya-sama? Sarah asked. I wouldn't waste the time, by now he's out in the village hitting up on more ladies. He'll be out all night, believe me, I've seen this happen. Naruto assured them. Well, in that case, let's eat. Sarah smiled. Itadakimasu. Naruto cheered enthusiastically while the girls giggled and said the same before all three started eating. As they ate, Naruto asked, so you girls got someplace you're staying at tonight? Actually, we're already here. Amaru replied. You have reservations at this inn? Naruto asked. That's right. Sarah nodded. Awesome, hey, maybe you can come and hang out in my room tonight, if you want to, that is. He offered. The girls looked to each other and smiled before answering Naruto, we'd love to. Naruto smirked knowing he was gonna some alone time with them for sure. Soon after dinner it was already night and the two girls went inside Naruto's room, seeing the boy was busy levitating stuff inside the room for his own amusement. Still got that charm in you, Naruto. Sarah said about his levitating. You know, this power of mine is something I hold close to me, Sarah, that and both your friendships. The boy said, bringing the stuff he levitated back to the ground slowly. Friendship is something you really hold close and not just ours, we know that. Amaru replied. Correct. Naruto said as he rubbed the side of the bed signaling for them to take a seat. The girls blushed a bit before taking the invite as they sat on the bed with Naruto sitting straight up. You know, it's been months since we last saw you, Naruto. Sarah said. And it felt much longer than that. Amaru added. I feel that way too. Naruto admitted until Sarah and Amaru leaned closer so that they were both lying beside the boy. We really did miss you, Naruto. Sarah said as she pecked his cheek. I know you girls did. Naruto nodded until Amaru turned his head so he was facing her before planting a kiss on his lips. When they parted, the tanned girl asked, you remember the last time the three of us were together like this? How could I forget, my eyes were so entranced by both your beauty. Yes, but you know what was different last time? Sarah asked. Enlighten me. Naruto smirked. Well, last time we were alone like this we never got to second base. Sarah answered. Hey, I was respecting your words. Last time you said you both weren't ready to go that far with me because you were afraid you'd regret it if you acted so soon. Naruto reminded them. We know, we weren't, Amaru admitted, but Sarah and I have talked about it since then, and we think you're ready to go second base with us, maybe even further. You're both sure about that? He asked, making sure. We are, Naruto, for you of all men are the only one we would ever allow to go that far with any of us. Sarah replied. Girls, hearing that really makes me feel I'm trusted by you too. Naruto smiled while blushing. Though try to be gentle with us, it will be both our first time. Amaru warned him. Don't worry girls, I'll be as gentle as I can. Naruto smirked. The very next morning inside Naruto's room, the boy was sleeping peacefully under his covers with Amaru and Sarah cuddling him from both sides. The sun shined through the window and onto the three as they woke up with a yawn. Naruto looked at each side, seeing the two redheads. Hello, beautifuls. Hello, handsome. Sarah smiled. Sleep well? Amaru asked. Like a log. And you? Very peacefully. Sarah replied. especially after such an arousing night. Amaru added. I'll say. You two were absolutely perfect. Naruto said as he rubbed their face cheeks. The girls responded by performing the double cheek kiss on Naruto before Amaru spoke. You were great to Naruto, you and your friend down here. She giggled as she grasped his junk. Well, he loved the way you girls handled him. Naruto replied until he checked the time, already 9. Ero-sennin must have been out all night. Better find him. You girls sit tight and I'll be right back. He gave them both a kiss before he went to the bathroom to get cleaned up and got dressed. Soon he headed out into town trying to find his former master, and wouldn't you know he was found zonked out in a bar. Honestly, he sighed before walking up to him. Wake up. He screamed in his ear and Jiraiya shot up in fright. I'm up. He realized where he was and who spooked him awake. Gaki, don't do that. What happened here? Naruto asked. Well, I had a few drinks with a couple of ladies, but when they decided to leave I tried to, but I passed out before I could get out of my seat. Jiraiya explained. Typical night for you, eh? Pretty much. The old man admitted. Naruto sighed. Alright, come on, let's get you out of here. He helped the old man to his feet until he was able to stand on his own without support. As they exited the bar, Jiraiya spoke. So what did you do last night? Naruto answered, not wanting him to know what he really did. Not much, just had dinner and all. Naruto, you need to have more fun, especially since you had 2 lady friends here. Jiraiya said. You have no idea. The redhead thought. So how much longer you gonna be staying here, because frankly I got a whole week here. Jiraiya explained. Well, in that case I could stay here a week myself, after all Sarah and Amaru aren't leaving so soon themselves. Plus I got a number of magic and banjo shows to perform as well. Naruto said. Finally, I'll get a chance to see your so-called show talents. Jiraiya said as the two headed back to the inn, knowing they were going to have more to catch up on. One night, somewhere in the gap between the land of fire and the land of water was a small island containing a village that was composed of demolished high-rise buildings and destroyed bridges. Needless to say, the whole village was in ruins. It was once Uzushiogakure, or the Hidden Whirlpool Village, once home to the Uzumaki clan members of Naruto's mother's side of the family. Just as the history Naruto read stated, the village was demolished by many rivaling nations that feared them many years ago. Naruto, during the course of the 3 years of his banishment, had traveled to the destroyed island to get more info about his family clan. Even with it being demolished, he used the abandoned island as a secluded home when he wasn't traveling. He planned to one day restore the village by gathering enough people to live there and start a community, gain support from several high-powered nations' authority figures such as Gaara, Koyuki, and Mei, and would even hire Tazuna to help reconstruct the buildings and such. Naruto was currently meditating inside one of the half-demolished buildings. He sat in his meditative state with nothing to disrupt his concentration until images started flashing through his mind. He could see Suna in his thoughts and saw Gaara standing on top of his sand fighting against someone on top of a giant white odd-looking bird. Gaara's opponent was wearing what Naruto recognized as an Akatsuki robe, the same kind Itachi and Kisame wore. He watched as the two were battling it out, as Gaara was using his sand to shield himself from the Akatsuki member who was sending some kind of explosives from his hands at him. Suddenly he noticed the Akatsuki member activate some explosives merged in Gaara's sand that destroyed Gaara's sand shield. The weakened Jinchuriki was captured by the Akatsuki member, and uttering one word before he completely fell unconscious. Naruto. Suddenly Naruto's eyes shot open with his calm face turning into a worried one and gasped in fright, Gaara. He ran out of the demolished building and blasted off into the sky and flew like a speeding bullet. Naruto, I know what we both saw, but why did we see it? Kurama thought. I don't know, maybe my powers have developed so far I've gained the ability to see visions. I know it was real. He replied. Then you think Gaara really was attacked by Akatsuki? I'll know when I reach Suna. But it's so far away you'll never make it in time. I have to try. Naruto argued back in anger as he continued flying at the speed of lightning, determined to reach Suna. By the time the sun came up, Naruto had just reached the land of wind and soon saw Suna up ahead. He flew above the village, seeing it looked roughed up from what he deduced was from the fighting that took place that night. He spotted Baki organizing some ninja and giving them orders. "Baki!" he called as he descended. "Naruto, what are you doing here?" he asked, confused. "No time for that." "Where's Gaara?" Naruto asked with a scowl. Baki was more surprised at Naruto's sudden appearance and demanding about Gaara, but looked guilt-stricken. "Last night, our village was invaded by Akatsuki members. They captured him." "I knew it." Naruto growled. "Knew it?" Baki asked. "I saw what happened, in my mind. I can't really explain why it happened, but it did." "Where are Kankuro and Temari?" "Temari's currently in Konoha, but she should be back today, but Kankuro." Baki trailed off, not sure how to say it. "What?" Naruto asked. "You better come see for yourself," Baki said, leading him to a medic building. When Naruto and Baki entered the medic ward, they saw Kankuro on a table screaming and spazzing around in pain while two Sunanin held him down. "What happened to him?" Naruto asked in confusion. "He's been badly poisoned," Baki answered. "We found him outside the village entrance like this, along with his puppets busted up." "How'd he get like this?" Naruto asked. "When Gaara was captured, Kankuro went off to save him, but another member of the Akatsuki poisoned him." "How did the Akatsuki get into the village?" "I can see one of them came by the air using some kind of giant white bird, but it would have been immediately spotted by one of your guards before touching down into the village," Naruto said. "Yes, I know, and we had multiple guards stationed at the front entrance, but they were all killed. We believe the Akatsuki were let in by one of our own." "One of your guys is a traitor." "Yes, but we have no time to find out who it was. The utmost priority right now is getting our village's Kazekage back, but we can't until we get some kind of lead from Kankuro. Although given his state we can't get any answers yet." Baki motioned to the puppet user still in pain. "There must be someone who can cure him," Naruto said. "And there might be. I already sent word to her about the situation and she should be here soon. I also put in word to Tsunade, who would be sending us some backup," Baki explained. Wonder who she'd send. He wondered if she'd send anybody he really knew. He decided to wait in the medic room, hoping they'd show up until Pakura entered the room. "Naruto." "Pakura." The two hugged before remembering the situation. "It's horrible, Gaara's been abducted," she said. "I know, that's why I came here. I saw it happen in my mind." "How?" she asked. "My abilities allowed me to see it." The three waited in the medic ward until the door flung open, revealing Temari, Sakura, and Kakashi, Kankuro. Temari cried. "Guys!" Naruto gasped. "Naruto?" Kakashi asked. "When did you get here?" Sakura asked. "A while ago. It's a long story, but I'll tell you all later," Naruto said, motioning to Kankuro, seeing his situation was in need of attention. "What happened to him?" Temari asked. "He's been poisoned very badly," one Sunanin answered. "We've been trying what we can, but we don't know how to deal with one as lethal as this one," the second one added. Sakura nodded. "I can help, but I need to collect some herbs to help me with the process." "Well, we have a whole greenhouse loaded with them, I'll take you there," a third Suna ninja said as he was about to escort her out until they saw an elderly couple enter. The short old lady of the two squinted at Kakashi curiously until shouting, "The white fawn of Konoha." This surprised Naruto and Kakashi as the old woman lunged at the copy ninja trying to attack him, while two more Suna ninja pried her off as the old man spoke. "Sister, you know as well as I do the white fang of Konoha died years ago, besides take a closer look." The old lady glanced back at Kakashi and blinked. "Oh, you're not the white fang of Konoha, my bad." She chuckled sheepishly as Naruto face vaulted. "Who are these two?" Naruto asked as Temari answered. "That's Elder Chiyo and Ebazu, they're two of the oldest living Suna ninja in the village, now regarded as the legendary siblings. Chio is like our version of Lady Tsunade minus strength. Wow. Naruto felt impressed. So what's going on? The lady known as Chio asked. These are the reinforcements from Konoha we sent word to. One Suna ninja explained. You all spared no expense. Chio remarked and saw Naruto. And who's this? Naruto, I'm a friend of the Kazekage. He answered. We've come here to help Kankuro, but I'll need to work fast, otherwise he won't last long. Sakura said. So please Elder Chio, show her to the greenhouse. Temari said. Very well, follow me. The old lady led the pink girl on. While Kakashi talked things out with Baki, Naruto was left with Temari and Pakura. Naruto, seeing you here makes me so relieved. Temari said. I'm glad, but I won't be relieved until I find Gaara and make the Akatsuki pay dearly for abducting him. Naruto frowned. We understand how you feel, Naruto. Gaara is our Kazekage after all. Pakura reminded him. Soon enough Sakura and Chio arrived with medical herbs. Alright, I need one of you to ready the pans for me to put the poison in, and you two hold Kankuro still. Sakura ordered some of the Suna ninja. Hi. They agreed as they got to work. While the Suna ninja held Kankuro down, one of them held the pans of water for the poison to be placed in, while Sakura was using healing jutsu to extract the poison out of Kankuro's body. As the shinobi watched the kunoichi operate, Chio watched as well, feeling impressed. Tsunade, you've trained a fine medical kunoichi. She thought. Naruto watched in amaze, seeing this wasn't the same Sakura he knew back at the academy or on Squad 7. When the procedure was over, Kankuro was poison-free and was treated regularly by the healing jutsu. When Kankuro was healed, he was left to rest, but was able to speak. Oh, it's you guys. I should have figured you'd be here. Kankuro, tell us who did this to you. Naruto asked. It was the Akatsuki. One of them was claiming to be Sasori of the Red Sands. Kankuro answered, shocking Chio and the other Suna ninja. Sasori, alive? Chio asked. That's what he said he was, but I managed to get something off him. Check my puppets. He motioned to the Karasu puppet. Kakashi noticed a torn piece of black cloth on it. This it? Yeah, I got it off Sasori's cloak. Kakashi, you're supposed to have ninja hounds, right? I'm all over it. Kakashi understood and summoned his ninja dogs. Hi Kakashi, what's up? Pac-kun asked. Pac-kun, it's been a while. Naruto smiled. Naruto, you've seriously changed since I last saw you. Pac-kun said. Wish I could say the same. Naruto replied as the dog face vaulted. Listen up, I need you all to track this scent and report back if you found out where it leads. Kakashi ordered. We're on it. Pac-kun said as the group dispersed. Meanwhile, in the river country, inside a dark damp cave, were Akatsuki members Sasori and Deidara, who placed Gaara on the ground until an apparition of pain appeared. You're late. We would have gotten here sooner, but Sasori insisted we walked. Deidara explained. Oh, shut up. The puppet master replied. Alright, that's enough, let's get to work. Pain summoned the King of Hell statue before signaling the other Akatsuki members to appear in their apparition forms. Now that we're all here, we can begin. This is probably going to take a while, huh? Deidara asked. No matter how long it takes, we need the Ichibi, Pain explained. Now then, let's begin. Genryu Kyufujin, complete 9 mystical dragon seal. They started hand signs as Gaara was surrounded by a field emitting from the statue mouth that was sucking the demon chakra out of him. Back in Suna, it was nighttime. Kakashi was still waiting on word from his ninja hounds while Naruto was leaning against a wall looking impatient. I don't know how much longer I can wait. Remember, Naruto, a ninja keeps himself calm even in times of crisis. Kakashi reminded him. I know, but I got this feeling Gaara's already in more deep shit than we think. Naruto said. I understand Gaara's capture affects you more than most of us, Kakashi began, but remember, this is the Akatsuki organization we're dealing with. You know what they're capable of. He said, remembering the Gain Jutsu Itachi put him through 3 years ago. I know what they're capable of, but when they see what I'm capable of they're gonna be wishing they were dead. Naruto said, levitating a palm-sized rock up before using his psychic to crush it into pebbles. When dawn approached, the ninja hounds had returned. Kakashi, I found the Akatsuki lair. Pac-kun said. Good work, Pac-kun, and to all of you as well. Kakashi congratulated them. So where is it? Naruto asked. It's located in the river country. Pac-kun answered. Kakashi, I'll alert Baki. Naruto said, running back inside, relaying the message to them. Soon enough, Kakashi, Sakura, Pakura, Pac-kun, and Naruto were ready to leave until Chio approached. Excuse me, but I request to join you on this rescue. Elder Chio. Pakura gasped. And what reason do you have for coming with us? Naruto questioned her. Sasori, the one who poisoned Kankuro and helped capture our Kazekage, is my grandson. It's been too long since I've seen him. Chio answered. Family business, huh? Naruto asked. Yes, when he betrayed our village I was crushed. For him, besides my brother, was the only family I had left since Sasori's parents passed away. This is personal. Her eyes tightened. Naruto turned to Kakashi, wondering what his answer will be. Very well, Elder Chio, welcome aboard. Arigato, Kakashi. Soon the group headed off following Pac-kun, as Kankuro and Temari watched them leave. Naruto, bring our brother back. They thought. Chapter end. Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know in the comments section how was the story, and also don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will meet you in another video. Peace out.